Hi, welcome to the Continuous Improvement Podcast. I'm your host Olcan, and in today's episode we are diving into one of the simplest yet most powerful tools in lean manufacturing, which is Poka-Yoke, otherwise known as mistake proofing also. Whether you work in manufacturing, healthcare, software development or any other industry, Poka-Yoke can help reduce errors, improve quality and make processes more efficient. So, what is Poka-Yoke? Well, the term Poka-Yoke comes from Japan, where it was firstly developed by Shigeo Shingo during his work at Toyota. By the way, Shigeo Shingo is creator of single minute exchange of die, which is SMED system. I will also explain this system in our next videos or podcast episodes. The phrase Poka-Yoke literally translates to mistake proofing or error proofing. The idea is simple: to design systems and processes in a way that prevents errors or catches them before they cause problems. For example, think about a USB drive. Have you ever noticed how it only fits into one way to the port? That's a basic form of Poka-Yoke. It prevents the mistake of plugging it in the wrong way. Simple, right? But trust me, it is incredibly effective. Now you might be wondering, why is Poka-Yoke so important? The reality is that people, no matter how skilled or experienced, are prone to making mistakes. It is just part of being human. Poka-Yoke helps minimize the impact of human error by creating systems that guide us to do things the right way every time. And here is the key point. When we use Poka-Yoke in our processes, we are not only improving the quality, but also we are saving time and resources. Think about it. If errors are prevented before they even happen, we avoid costly rework, delays, and in some cases, potential safety issues. So, how does Poka-Yoke work? Essentially, Poka-Yoke can be applied in two main ways: error prevention and error detection. Error prevention means designing processes so that mistakes cannot physically happen. Like the USB example earlier, it is impossible to insert it in the wrong way. On the other hand, error detection involves creating systems that catch mistakes as soon as they occur so that they can be corrected before further damage is done. Think about when you leave your card in an ATM machine, and the machine beeps or reminds you to take it back before dispensing your cash. That's Poka-Yoke in action. Both methods are effective in their own way, and they are used across different industries to ensure that errors don't disrupt the process or negatively impact the customers. Let's talk about some real-world examples of Poka-Yoke. One that is commonly seen is car seat belt alarm. You know that annoying beeping sound when you start driving without fastening your seatbelt? Beep, beep, beep. That's a Poka-Yoke device. It is designed to remind you to buckle up before you start your journey, preventing a safety risk. Another classic example is assembly line error proofing. In many factories, assembly machines won't proceed to the next step unless all the required components are present and properly assembled. This prevents defective products from being made in the first place. And here is one that many of us encounter every day: the microwave door lock. You can't run the microwave unless the door is securely closed. The simple mechanism prevents accidents like microwaving with the door open, which could be extremely dangerous. Now, let's break down the three main steps of Poka-Yoke mechanisms. Understanding these can help you to think about how to apply Poka-Yoke in your own work. One is contact method. This method detects errors through physical contact. For example, a sensor that checks if a car door is properly closed before you drive off is a contact method. If the door isn't shut, the sensor triggers a warning light or alarm. The second one is fixed value method. This ensures that a certain number of steps or actions are completed before moving to the next stage. For example, in an assembly process, a system might count the number of screws used to assemble a part. If the count is off, the machine stops and flags the error. The third one is motion step method. This method ensures that all required motions or sequences have been followed. For example, some machines will not start unless a certain sequence of steps is followed in the correct order. So, how do you implement Poka-Yoke in your processes? Here is a step-by-step approach that can help you to get started. One is identify the errors. Look at your current process. What are the common mistakes that happen? Are there areas where errors seems to pop up repeatedly? The second one is identify the root cause. Once you have identified the errors, dig deeper to understand why they are happening. Is it due to human error, equipment malfunction, or unclear instructions? The third one is brainstorm solutions. After understanding the root cause, think of ways you can either prevent the error from happening or detect it immediately. This could involve adding physical barriers, visual cues, or alarms. And the fourth one is test and refine. Finally, implement your Poka-Yoke solution and test it. See if it works as expected, and if not, refine the solution until it effectively eliminates or reduces the error. To wrap things up, Poka-Yoke is a simple yet incredibly powerful tool that can be used in any industry. It's about making systems foolproof so that errors are prevented or detected early, saving you time, money, and frustration. And the best part, Poka-Yoke solutions don't have to be complicated or expensive. Often the simplest fixes can have the biggest impact. Thanks for tuning this episode of Continuous Improvement Podcast. I hope you found this discussion of Poka-Yoke helpful and inspiring. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if you have any questions or examples of Poka-Yoke from your own work, I would love to hear from you. Drop us a message in our comment section. Until the next time, keep improving and remember, small changes can lead to big improvements.